Sheldon, did that feel more like what you want out of your team?
Yeah, I thought right from the start, we took control of the game. I thought we maintained that all the way through. We were good on special teams, good goaltending. So yeah, it's certainly more indicative, of what we think we're capable of. That's a shorthanded team playing over there. But as we all know, we've played against shorthanded teams, before, and it hasn't gone like this here today. So I thought we did what we needed to do here tonight in terms of, taking control of the game and maintaining it.
You talked a little bit about the big guns need to be the big guns. Tonight it all seemed to come together in the perfect storm when you see how many points your top 4 or 5 guys got.
Yeah, for sure. I thought it was evident early in the game, for Matthews and Nylander and Bunting, that line. I thought they had a little extra jump in their step right from the very beginning. And the Tavares line, I thought, has continued, their momentum. They scored us a huge goal again here tonight to get us moving. But I thought all 4 lines tonight, 6 defensemen, and obviously Jack and Nat was perfect. So a lot of really good things to feel good about here today. We'll turn the page tomorrow when we get to practice and get ready for Tampa.
How would you describe the Mitch Marner Sheldon that you've seen in the last couple of games compared to the 3 or 4 games earlier on in the year?
Yeah, he just looks like himself. That's the Mitch that we know and love, of course. He's playing with confidence. He looks like he's free out there, and when he's free and the game is just flowing for him, he makes great things happen on both sides of the puck. So, that's 3 games in a row now. He's been terrific.
So the play on the Marner's first goal, John Tavares did some really, really impressive work behind the net along the wall. And I'm wondering if that's kind of indicative of sort of his evolution as a player, kind of, more willing to be a secondary guy and do that kind of work and for the good of the team.
I think perhaps it is, but I think it's also perhaps underrated part of his game. Like, John Tavares has always been an elite player along the walls and his work ethic, and he's got a really strong stick. In his time prior to coming to Toronto, I didn't spend a lot of time really watching his game, but from the very first time I was ever, in camp when I was with the Marlies and watching John Tavares in his very first day as a Leaf in camp and through that training camp and through preseason, I couldn't believe how hard this guy was on the puck. So that's a skill, and that is part of the package that is John Tavares. So I think. I know where you're going with your question, but I do think that's always been a part of his game. But maybe at this stage here, maybe he recognizes it even more. He digs in a little bit more, and there's a little more focus on it. Us as a team, the pressure we want to put on the puck and the way we want to forecheck, that's all part of it. What we're asking our guys to do, and it puts John in those situations a little bit more. But he's as good as anybody when he gets in those corners. He's really tough to move off the puck. He's really strong hands and stick. So he comes up with a lot of them and makes plays out of there.
Travis, okay, obviously he came back, but he left the second period to get checked out again.
Yeah, he blocked a shot there. I guess he felt uncomfortable coming back for the second. They went for a picture. I haven't heard a word since, but he came back to the bench, so I would imagine the picture, was negative in terms of fractures or anything like that, and it seemed like he was okay the rest of the game. In terms of where it goes from here, I guess we'll find out tomorrow, but positive that he finished the game, of course.
Obviously, we're happy for Jack to get the shutout tonight.
Yeah, it's really good. You know what? We talked a lot about the forwards and their need to score and break out and feel good. I think that's part of it for goalies, too. I mean, goalies like a nice clean sheet and want to get the job done that way. I thought he didn't get tested a lot here tonight, but when he did, so there was some stuff happening and tight around the net. He was solid there. Guys played hard for him through the third period. Weren't perfect. We got a little bit careless with the puck at times. But yeah, it's a good night for him. I'm sure it helps his confidence. Not that I feel like he's needed that because, as I said, I think he's been in a nice groove here. But as I'm saying, just like the forwards want to score and get their stats rolling up a little bit, I think that helps goalie.